So good evening, everyone. Uh, Let us start our class. So we will wait for one more minute. Let us see others will join or not, and then we will start our class. Okay. Let us share our class. Let us start our class. All good. So this is the basic course that what we have designed for. Uh, so these are all the topics that we are going to cover in our course. Now let us go into week 1 agenda. So in this week 1, what we are going to do? We are going to create a GCP account. We are going to create a GCP account. Then after creating a GCP account, we are going for VM deployment, basic Linux commands, static website into that particular website, and then installation of HTTPD service, internet information service, and then networking basics. Then we will go with the VPC network, subnet. Then we will also study about load balancer with instance groups. So this is what we are going to study as week 1 agenda for this week. Let us see this week how I have distributed for all the 5 days. So day 1. So today we are going to look into creating of a GCP account, creating a simple Linux machine, and running basic Linux commands. So this is what we are going to study today. And coming to day 2, creating a Windows virtual machine, installing IIS server, and deploying a static website to that particular server. So that we are going to study tomorrow. And coming to the next day, so installing a HTTPD service on a Linux machine, static website, understanding the zones and regions in GCP. That we are going to do today. Okay. So and probably on Thursday, we are going to see networking basics, VPC creation, subnets, and adding VMs to that subnet. Okay, next on Friday, we are going to study creating multiple VMs, auto scaling, instance groups, and load balancing. So these are the topics that we are going to study. And coming to today's agenda include creating of a GCP account, creating a sample Linux VM, and basic commands. Okay. So this course is intended not only to teach, but you should start practicing from today onwards. Otherwise, the purpose of the course will not be satisfied. Okay. So to do this, let us go here and then go to my Chrome. In Chrome I have my profile. So in this, what here we are going to do here is, here we are going to open Google console. So you can simply type it as console.google.com. So the first thing that you want to type here is console.google.com. when you type console.google.com on your mobile, on your laptop, so I will post it in the chat. Website that you need to go here is console.google.com. Okay. So when you do this, here what you need to do. Here in this console.google.com, you need to create your account. In order to create your account, what we need to do? In order to create your account, what we need to do? So here you can go here, and then when you let me do this. Let me do it in a incognito window, then you will see this. Incognito, control V, console.google.com. So here it will be asking you for creating an account. So this Google Cloud platform will ask you for creating an account. Click on create account. So this is the first step. Open your Google Chrome and type console.google.com. So I already have an account, that is why I am using a console, but you need not to go for an incognito window. You can directly use your Chrome browser. So click on create account. So when you click on create account, it will ask you for my personal use, for my child, or for work, for my business. So I will say for my personal use. So here you need to mention your details. Let us say your details, some details that it will ask, you need to provide. So it will ask some basic information about your date of birth. Enter the date of birth. Enter the date of birth and then click. It will ask for an email ID. Give any email ID that you have. You should have a valid email ID. So let us give a valid email ID. So then click next. So this email ID is already taken. So you need to give a valid email ID. So it will check, and then you need to go to your email, and then you need to click some code. So let me check which of my email IDs was not used here. What email IDs I have? Let me check whether this is not used or not. This is already taken. So I will, one of you can please tell me your email IDs and other details. One of you can unmute yourself. So click on create an account for my personal use. One of you can unmute and tell your details such that we are going to see the creation. One of you please. One of you unmute. Hello, are you there? Yeah, Charan. Charan, you please tell me your details. So we will create an account for you. Okay? Yeah. So go to your Chrome and then type your first name. I am typing your first name as Charan. And then what is your last name? Let it be Kumar. Okay. Next. Month, April 18, 2004, mail. So click next. So what is the email address you have?
Kumar J6 at gmail.
Charan Kumar J6 at the rate gmail.com. Okay, no worries. Click next. Username is already taken. Do you have any other email ID? You have only one email ID which has been already taken by by this.
Only one email ID, sir.
You have only one email ID. Okay. We will create a Gmail account also. No worries. Gmail.com. So let us create an Gmail account for personal use. Let the first name be Chandra Adimulam. Next month August 10th. Gender. So create Adimulam Chandra 8 at gmail.com. Choose. No worries. So password, I will give some password. Confirm password. Next. Phone number. Let me give my phone number. Let me give my phone number. So we will get a verification code. Enter that verification code for next recovery email. Next. Next. I agree. So you also create one new Gmail account for this purpose. Okay. So now we have a Gmail ID. So this Gmail ID we are going to give here. Next. Who took this? Get a Gmail address instead. Use existing email. Username already taken. Oh, okay, fine. So go to console, console.google.com. Then, so this is already there, sorry, because the Gmail account is there, so this will be already there. So need not to worry. So we need not to worry. So we are not going to switch any account. So I agree and simply say continue. I will simply say continue. So once you have opened your Gmail, you can directly go to console. Try for free. So try for free. Here it will ask for name, agree and continue. Agree and continue. So then it will ask you for the payment step. Here you need to create a, oh, what is that happening? Incognito. not now. I am not going to use this in future. So that's why I don't want that email ID also. So go to Google Cloud and then click on try for free. And when you click on try for free, it will ask you for the name and country. Click on agree and continue. Click on agree and continue. So then it will ask you to create a payment profile. So here you can see individual, your name, address and everything. So this is very important. So you need to fill everything, but make sure you update this and your Gmail account in the similar way. You need to update your Gmail profile also. So you should have the same thing here. You should have the same thing here, even pin code, everything. So you have to give it properly as that you did for your Gmail account. So you need to update your Gmail profile also. Once you update your Gmail profile with this valid data, then you can go for create. So it will ask you for payment information. Add payment method. Click on this. Add a credit or debit card number. Add a credit and debit card number. Just save the card. Just save the card. So it will go and ask you for 2 rupees. Deduction of 2 rupees. So once you have submitted a deduction of 2 rupees, then your account will be created. Your account will be created. Okay. So I am not going to create the account here because I already have an account with my debit card. So hence I will not get another account. So you need to create your account with the credit card or debit card information by providing, and make sure your profile and the payment information should match. Your profile and payment information should match. Update your Gmail profile. Update your Gmail profile. Go to Gmail. Go to gmail.com and then click on your profile. Click on your profile. So manage your Google account. Here you will see. So manage your Google account. Here you will be seeing something called personal info. Here you will be seeing something called personal info. So here you need to fill all your basic details. All your basic details. Okay. So once you fill all these basic details, and this should match your bank information for authenticity. So once you create your profile and your Google console account, your job is done. Okay. So then the next step what you need to do here is, so this we don't want. I don't want to use this account also. I will simply sign out and leave. So I am not doing anything here. Just to close this. So now get back to this one, and I get back to my actual window. So once you did this, you will be seeing your my first project. Then you click on this navigation menu. This navigation menu is also called as hamburgers icon. If you don't understand, please stop me. So click on this navigation menu and then go to compute engine. So here we need to go to VM instances. Remember this. Compute engine and then go to VM instances. Click on VM instances. Click on VM instances. So now you will see this. On this there is an option for create instance. Click on this create instance. So now you need to give a name. Let the name will be my first Linux machine. This is my first Linux machine. You should give all names in all the characters should be in small letters. Name should be in small letters, and then you need to separate it using your hyphen. Okay, if you want, you can separate that using hyphen or underscore. Okay. So then US Central Lova. So we are creating a machine in US Central Lova. I will take some time to make you understand what is this regions and zones. You need not to worry about this now, right now. Machine configuration, let it be, go with the default settings. We are not going to change anything. We are going with the default settings, but we are going to change the boot disk. We are going to change the boot disk. So boot disk changing is nothing but changing your operating system. So I am changing this to Ubuntu. I am changing this to Ubuntu. So even Ubuntu Pro makes no problem. So you can also select Ubuntu Pro server it is. So but we need Ubuntu machine. So go to Ubuntu, operating system Ubuntu, latest version, size, everything we are not changing. So in boot disk change, then you will get, here we will be changing this to image type will be Ubuntu. Earlier this is some Debian or something, that we are changing it to Ubuntu. Okay, you can always stop me if you don't understand. Okay, so then I am not changing any of these things. I am not going to change, I am not going to select any of these things. Only thing is, go to create an instance, my first Linux, that's enough. So then come down and then change the boot disk to Ubuntu, and then simply click on create, and then simply click on create. So once you do this, your Linux machine will be ready for you. Your Linux machine will be ready for you. So in today's tasks, we have seen for how to create a GCP account, creating a sample Linux machine, then we are going for basic Linux commands. Okay, once this machine is ready, you need not to worry, this is my first machine. You can connect to this machine, click on SSH. Click on SSH. Okay. Once you click on SSH, your Linux machine will be ready for you. Then on this Linux machines, we are going to learn commands. Click authorize. Click authorize. So here. So this is the command line interface of our Linux machine. This is the command line interface of our Linux machine. So you need not to worry about all these things. Just say clear. So once you type clear, the old data will be erased and you will get this terminal. This is called a terminal. Clear? Understood? So the steps that what we have completed so far is two things. We have completed two things. Creating a GCP account and creating a sample Linux machine. These two things we have completed. So anything else? All good? Shall we proceed? Is everything okay? Reply. Don't hesitate to reply. Yeshu, Karishma.
Yes, sir. Everything okay, sir.
So don't hesitate to reply. So if you hesitate to reply, you will be in trouble. Here we are here to understand. And one more important thing from my side is, don't use your mobile phones. Use laptop. Then you can understand things very fastly and easily. Okay, all good. So because if you use your mobile, you may be getting calls and other things, you will be getting disconnected. To avoid that, use laptop. Okay. So now we had connected to SSH. We had connected to SSH. So in this, we are going to start our commands. We are going to start our commands. So what are the commands that we are going, what are the basic commands that are required for us? What are the basic commands that are required for us? Here you can type nano basic commands. Nano will be an editor. Nano is an editor which will allows you to, with editor which is similar to your notepad in Windows. This is very similar to notepad in your Windows. Okay. So these commands we are going to study. One by one these commands we are going to study. Okay. So next, Control X. Here you can see what are all the options we are having. So if you want to exit this editor, you need to press Control X. You need to press Control X. Let us see. When you press Control X, it will ask for save. Press Y. Press Y. Enter. Y. Enter. So you will be getting this. So now, if you say LS, LS stands for list the contents in the directory. List the contents in the directory. So what is meant by a directory? What is meant by a directory? Directory is a place where we will store all our files. So now let us say PWD. PWD stands for present working directory. PWD stands for present working directory. So what is the present working directory? In home we have C Adimulam. So this is the present working directory. In this directory we have created a file. We have created a file. What is the name of that file? Name of that file is basic commands Y. So this file is basic commands Y. Okay. So now if you want to create a directory, then you can say mkdir my, or else you can say simply d1, directory 1. So now if I say ls, here you can see this present working directory, what we have, home C Adimulam, we have one file and one directory. Directories are in blue color. Directories will be in blue color. So now we want to move to that directory. So cd d1. cd d1. So what is pwd now? You can see pwd is changed. Earlier it is this one. Now we are in a new directory. So this directory is D1. So here you can see we are in D1 directory. So this directory is created and we move to this directory, and hence this is the present working directory, which is changed, which is moved to the new directory. Now I want to create one more file here. So I will create one file here. So how to create files? Nano F1. F1 stands for file 1. I will enter some random data here. And then I will say Control X, Y. So enter. So you will see a new file is created here. In D1 directory, a new file is created. So to understand this, let us go to Paint. Let us here. We have a directory we have a directory. This is your home directory. What is the name of that home directory? This is the home directory. What is the name of that home directory? Name of that home directory is /home /c adimulam is the name of this directory. What we did, in this directory we had created another directory. What is the name of this directory? Name of this directory is d1, small d1. Name of this directory is d1. Okay. Now in this directory I had created a file. In this directory I had created a file. What is the name of that file? Name of that file is f1. Name of that file is f1. I can also create one more directory here. How to create directory? mkdir space d2. So d12, d1 lo 2 ani. So if you want to talk to me in English, in Telugu, please let me know. If you have a difficulty in understanding English, please let me know. Wherever I want to talk, I can also help you in Telugu. No worries. Okay. So make directory d12. So now say ls. Here you can see there is a directory. There is a directory. So second directory in d1. In d1 is the, I gave the name like that. You can give xyzpqr, makes no difference. To understand this, I was making you clear to understand the paths of in the directories. Okay. Now I am moving to cd12. d12. So now see pwd. Present working directory is further changed. Present working directory is further changed. What are there in this directory? Nothing in this directory. Nothing in this directory. Okay. So in this directory, what I have did, I had created one more directory. Name of this directory is d2. Name of this directory is d2. Okay. So d2 may contain files. D2 can contain files. No problem. Okay. So now D2 is a directory in D1. D1 is a directory in home directory. So if D12, name of this directory is D12. D12. Okay, let the name be D12. I hope you can understand. This is D12. This is D12. Otherwise, I can type it again. D12 is the name of this directory. D12 is name of this directory. Okay. So now, let us say D12 is your present working directory. D12 is your present working directory. Clear? What is parent directory of D12? Parent directory of D12 is D1. What is parent directory of D1? Home directory. So so now you are in D12. Now you are in D12. How to go to D1? How to go to D1? So you want to move to the parent directory, right? So here you need to understand two things. One is dot. Dot represents current directory. Dot represents current directory. Dot represents parent directory. Dot represents parent directory. Is this clear? So current directory and parent directory. So now you want to move to D1. What you should do? CD change directory to parent directory. CD dot dot. Now if you see PWD, so the present working directory is changed to D1. Present working directory is changed to D1. Okay. Similarly, if you want to move to the home directory, again cd dot dot ls. You can see there is a directory D1 in which you have basic commands file also. Okay. Now, for example, cd d1 slash d12. I want to directly move to the child directory, so I can do this d12. Sorry, I can also give the path cd d12. So now I directly moved from home directory to d12 directory. So now cd dot dot ls. I want to delete d12. How can I delete d12? rmdir d12. rmdir d12 lsc. That is deleted. D12 is deleted. D12 is deleted. cd dot dot. Let us see, can we delete D1? rmdir D1. See, failed to remove directory is not empty. Failed to remove directory is not empty. No, further I want to delete. So how to know what is the usage of a particular command? man rmdir. This will tell you how to use rmdir. How to use rmdir. So rmdir, you need to mention some option followed by directory name. So here you can see rmdir. So ignore each failure that is solely because of the directory is not empty. Ignore fail on non-empty. So if you give this option, then your directory can be removed. Okay. So press Q. So here you can see Q to quit. Press Q. Then rmdir. The option I had copied there. Then D1. So now ls. See, ignore fail on. Oh, it is still not deleted. Why? What happened to this option? cd d1 ls. We have a file there still. Okay. cd dot dot ls. So rmdir hyphen help. So here you can see ignore each failure. So remove directory and its ancestors. Where goes out? Well, version. So I hope there is an option called F, force remove F for D1. Invalid option. So if it is rm -f D1, rm cannot remove directories. Rm for files. So how to remove a directory? Remove a directory with contents. How to remove a directory with contents? How to remove a directory with contents? to remove a directory with contents in Linux. To remove a directory, we have to use R. So rm -r d1 ls. So this is what. If you want to remove a directory with contents, if you want to remove a directory without contents, then rmdir will work. If you want to remove a directory, so here we have seen rmdir d12 directory is empty, hence deleted. When the directory is not empty, you have to use this command. When the directory is not empty, you have to use this command. Okay. So now you had understood these things. Number one, let us see what are the contents of basic commands. So you had understood what is ls, what is cd, pwd, rmdir, imkdir, rmdir, and we will be also studying about. You are also aware of one more command, that is rm. That is rm. So remove, control s. So you have already studied about these commands, no worries. Okay. So now let us go into another command, that is cat, basic commands. So this command, cat command, will displace the contents of the file. Cat command will display the contents of the file. Clear? Next, what is the next command? Is mv, move or rename. So for this, let me create a directory mkdir d1 again, ls. So d1 is there. Now I want to move this basic commands to d1 ls. Now you can see basic commands is not there in the pwd, in the present working directory. Where is basic commands now? cd d1, move to d1 and then say ls. Here you can see basic commands is moved into this directory. mv is used for moving if it is a directory. mv can also be used for renaming. mv can also be used for renaming. ls. Here you can see basic commands y is changed to Linux commands. Cat Linux commands. Okay, here you can see the contents is same, and file name is changed. Okay, we have a file Linux command here. We want to move it into the parent directory. Linux commands, move to parent directory, ls. It is not available now. Now go to the parent directory and then say ls. You can see Linux commands. d1 and Linux commands are present here. Like that you can use mv command. Yes, mv will be moving. The another command is cp Linux commands to d1 ls. You can see Linux commands is there. Move to d1 and then say ls. There is another Linux commands. So Linux commands is now available in d1 as well as in your parent directory also. Okay. So cp command is copy command, mv command is move command. Move deletes in the present working directory, copy just copies. Copy just copies. Okay. Next. So what is the next command? Touch. Touch command. F1 ls. You can see there is F1 created. What is there in F1? Cat F1. Nothing but a file is created. Just to create an empty file, touch is used. Create a empty file, touch is used. So we have completed this set of commands also. This set of commands also. We have completed RM. So now go to echo. ECHO, echo name. Echo name. So it will be displayed. So for example, if you say, if you want to display something, then you can use echo command. So for example, if you say name is equals to Raja, name is equals to Raja, and then echo $name, you can see Raja is displayed. So echo command can be used like this. Whenever you want to create a variable on Linux terminal, then you can use echo command with some assignment, and then you use dollar for printing the content. Use dollar for printing the content. Okay. Okay. The next command is, let us say ls. We have F1 and Linux command. Let us say ls-l. Here you can see rw, rw, r. rw, rw, r. So now go to parent directory, ls-l. ls-l. Here you can see another attribute D. D stands for directory. Nothing stands for, hyphen stands for file. Hyphen stands for file. Okay. This file is not an executable file. This file is not an executable file. If you have X, then it is executable. If you have R, it is readable. If you have W, then it is writable. So to change options, to give option, you can use change mod Linux commands. Change which option you want to give. Execute command. Execute option. To what? To whom? Linux commands. Okay. Now if you say ls-l, you will be seeing execute permissions are given. And the file is changed to green. It is always allowed to execute. Okay. These are the basic Linux commands. So these are the basic Linux commands. So the next Linux command is sudo. Sudo is super user. Sudo help. If you say, purpose of sudo is to execute a command as another user, that is super user. So you will become a super user. When you become a super user, super user means administrator. What is super user in Linux? Super user in Linux is nothing but a administrator. Administrator. Okay. So this is the scenario. Okay. So now come to the lab tasks. Notepad, day 1. So topics we have covered: creating a GCP account, number 1. Number 2, creating a Linux VM. Creating a Linux VM. Then basic Linux commands. Basic Linux commands. Now I will give you a directory structure. I will give you a directory structure. So kindly create a directory in this format. Create a directory in this format. Go to paint. A directory structure you should create like this. So D stands for directory, F stands for files. Remember. Go to paint. And then here create D1. Similarly, create D2. In D1 again, create D12. D stands for directory. And create F1. And then create one more file. Let it be F2. In this directory, create one more directory. D123. In this directory, create F3. So now coming to D2, create a directory D21, create one more directory, let it be D22, then create one more directory, let it be D23. In all these, create one file. Let it be F4. Let it be F5. Similarly, create one more file. Here, let it be F6. So in present working directory, all these things you need to do in the PWD. All these things you need to do this in the PWD. Okay. In PWD, create two directories and create a structure of this kind. So create a structure of this kind. So I think I can share this in the Google chat. Let's see. So where is this chat? Go to chat. Paste it here. No, but this we cannot send. Okay, fine. However, it is there in the video. I will be sharing you this video. So today's lab tasks include, you need to create a GCP account of your own. You need to create a VM, and then you need to practice basic Linux commands and create the given directory structure. Okay. So these are the things that we need to work for today's homework. Complete this by tomorrow. Tomorrow we will go into new topic. If you practice this, you will feel it more interesting. If you don't practice, you will be in trouble in understanding these things. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So, anything else? All good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So keep practicing and do the things. All good.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for today. We will meet tomorrow again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.